Hi, welcome back to another video from Java for Beginners course from Course Labs. In this module, we're going to start with more object-oriented programming concepts. Let's start with inheritance. Inheritance is the process using which one class acquires the properties of another class. The class that inherits the properties is called a subclass or child class, and the class whose properties are inherited is known as superclass or parent class. And we use the keyword extends to actually implement this inheritance concepts in Java. So let's see how it looks like using some programs. I do have a class called mobile. Every mobile has some common features such as making calls and sending SMS and things like that. So let's use some of those properties here. So let's say string calls. Yes, every mobile can make it. So these are some common features with every single mobile phone. I'm creating another class called Samsung, which is a brand of smartphones. Since it's a smartphone, I'm going to have some additional features such as special operating system, such as Android, and also I want to have internet. So typically smartphones will have internet commonly. Of course, some of the normal mobile phones will also have them, but internet is very common in smartphones. So let's say yes here. Now, apart from these features, your Samsung phones will also have these normal features, the common features such as making calls and sending SMS. So, when you write this kind of programs, you don't really need to copy this particular code and paste it here, which means it's basically we are writing the code two times, right? So rather than wasting our space and memory here, we can simply use this particular code here in this particular class just by using this keyword extends. So what we are typically doing is we are just extending this particular superclass mobile here. Now this particular child class or subclass can also access these properties, which means we can now use these properties here inside this particular class. So that is basically what is inheritance. Now let's see how we can make use of these variables here. So I'm just writing a simple class to display these properties. I'm just writing a definition here, and let's write system.out.println, and let's write Samsung mobile phone properties. Perfect. Now let me just add some /n here. Perfect. Now let's add another line, system.out.println. Now I'm just gonna print all these properties here. Okay, so the first property is making calls. Let's say yes, so which is the property coming from the mobile class, and let's say /n so that it goes to the next line, and let's just copy this line, and now let's make it SMS, and let's make it SMS as well. And now we have a couple of other features such as operating system. So OS, let's say operating system here, and let's also have this internet feature. So internet, and here we're going to print this feature from this particular variable internet. Perfect. Now since it's a class, we need to have at least one main method. So let's write our main method here, public static void main, and let's write string arguments, and let's also create an object for this particular class, Samsung, and object new Samsung here, and then object dot display. Perfect. So if everything goes fine, we should be able to access these properties within this particular Samsung class, which is a subclass to this mobile. Right. So let's try to execute this program and let's see what happens. So I'm just running this here. Click OK. And there you go. If you notice, I'm able to access the properties from the superclass as well as from the subclass using this particular extends keyword. So this is basically what is known as inheritance.